So let's look at some of these numbers here, some of the recent trades. Okay, I swear I pulled this thing, but got reset. Okay, so I was reading about this. The chairman on Homeland Security and Foreign Affairs Committee just made some major portfolio moves. So he bought Google, Chipotle, and all of these companies. He sold Netflix, VTI, etc., etc. Few things you have to notice here. So lot of these transactions happened a few months ago. So 7/6, which is your July 6th, he bought stocks of Google around $122. He sold Netflix on July 18th, which is around, like, today is August 24th. This is more than a month old information, which got released just, I guess, a couple of days ago. So we are definitely very late. So let's look into what happened to these stock. Have they made right decision or not? So we'll pick up few examples here. Let's start with Google. So what we were looking at, that this guy bought on 7/6, okay, July 6th. Was that a good time? So I have pulled outlier dashboard. For those who doesn't understand what I'm looking here, I am not going to go into too many details, but think about it that, there's a saying, buy when there's blood on the street, means when investors are fearful, sell when investors are greedy. So we provide exactly that information. And here what I'm looking at, this below chart here, if it is red, you will see increased investor fear. I may take that as a point where I am interested to get in. And if it is dark green, where investor greed is high, I may want to be very careful. And this oscillator, blue oscillator, literally tells me the direction of the price, where it's headed. When it changes direction, there's a very high probability that price is going to change direction as well. So let's look at, again, coming back to what we were looking here. So he bought around 7/6, July 6th, Google stock. So July, somewhere around this time frame, I would say that he definitely didn't buy at the bottom, but he bought at the right time. So he bought around July 6th, like the price was somewhere around like 119, $120. Right now, the price is around $127. So definitely a good move. And let's look into some of these other stocks. What So Netflix, let's look at Netflix. Let me see if I yeah, Netflix. So he sold Netflix on July 18th, right? um and you may be wondering whether it was a good decision. July 18th, let's find July 18th here. July 18th, so he sold somewhere around this time frame. One thing you will notice here, that he sold right around the time when investor greed was very high. Of course, I'm just assuming he doesn't have access to our platform, but we also look at the similar information, like real time, means it gets updated daily. So that is how I'm able to tell you. After that, literally, investor uh, greed started waning off, and investor fear started kicking in. So definitely Netflix saw some correction. We may be looking at another turnaround here, because if you see, this price trajectory oscillator is kind of changing direction, but that's a different story. In my opinion, he made a right call at that point of time to sell. So far they have done a good job. VTI, let's look into VTI. He sold on 7/18, somewhere around that same time frame. Okay, let's look into VTI, which is Vanguard's ETF. July 18th, July 18th, somewhere around this time frame. And no doubt, I mean, as you can see, the price is seeing like a correction here. And no wonder, I mean, they have lot of information, they have access to a lot of information, they are aware of which way the economy is going, which way the Fed policies are, like whether they're gonna tighten it, or they may have access to that information a bit, not bit earlier, but as soon as it gets out, they may have access to that information, and they may be able to use that information to trade better. But let's look at some of the examples where they may not have done very well. So, and again, not everybody is making money. They do lose money as well. So that kind of gives us a little bit I would say that feel good, that hey, they are not trading on insider information, they are like literally trading on the information, they have better access to information, I would say. So these guys, like, about Michael Burry, I covered that probably a few weeks ago, where he opened a short position against SPY and QQQ. And if you remember my last video, I talked about how Michael Burry may have lost money in this trade, because when he bought and he took these short positions back in second quarter of this year, from that point till quarter third, the SPY actually went up, the QQQ actually went up. So if he was still holding those positions, he may have lost money. And same thing here, like Senator Tom Carper, who sits on the Senate Finance Committee, bought 60K of inverse ETFs. uh, uh, some politicians have sold around $23 million of stock in last 90 days. So again, like, someone who is shorting around the same time frame when Michael Burry was shorting, they may have lost money. So it's not like everybody is making money. But I would say that uh, politicians do have better access to information, uh, just because they are so aware of all of these policies, which are made public, and people like us may not have access to that information that quickly. We, lot of the traders, they only find this information uh, when we see the stock price either going up, or there is a big corrections happening, and then we start paying attention. And that's how we make bad trades. And that is the whole reason we decided to build outliers, so that we all can have similar information, or good information, that some of these politicians, or some of these people who have better access to information. Like, we're trying to level the play field here. So that's why we build outlier here. But thanks a lot for watching today's episode, and I hope you got something out of it. And if you have any questions for me, please reach out directly, leave a comment. I will see you next week on Tuesday. Thank you.